What is up, YouTube? Storm here, coming at you guys with a couple of topics. First, I want to get to talking about the Elite Four Challenge. I know a lot of you guys, I haven't covered it for a while, so but I've been having a group from the Team APS Facebook page. I have some group members. I've been doing some testing to make sure they know what they're doing. I have some really good members who really, I think, particularly one of them who won the second round last time to actually perform really well. And I'm just testing these guys to make sure they know what they're doing with their deck at the very least. And we're getting there. Overall, I think I've gotten several people who really are competent. So I do have a group bigger than 4 simply because the main reason why I have this group more than 4 is because it's not as easy as it sounds getting me, whoever the challenger is, and my 4 members in the same place at the same time. Not as easy as it sounds. So the reasoning for this is that's the reasoning why I'm going to have a rotating group of people coming in and out. There might be some weeks you play someone playing, for example, Speedroids. You might run into someone playing Raid Raptors, etc. So that's the main thing that's going to be going on with that. I'm testing these guys to make sure they know what they're doing. And of course, now we're going to get to the main point of the topic today, which is 2 banned cards that obviously, if you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know that I'm really attached to one of them, despite the fact that I don't own one. It was funny, when I went to locals last Monday, the funny part was that a guy had a page of this particular card. That would be Lavalval Chain. I'm also going to talk about Exciton Night. Now, these 2 banned cards have been on ban lists, pretty much back-to-back ban lists. Lavalval Chain was banned on July 2015 ban list, along with the Jin releaser of Rituals, because of a numerous other reasons. The mostly reason was the Jin lock, and it had a lot of really good setup plays in Necros. Then you have Evil Storm Exciton Night, which really no one really... The funny thing about about Exciton Night is people didn't say it was a ban-worthy card until it actually got banned. A lot of people did say this. I remember Capital G posting it, even going as far to put it in his top 10 most cards that, like, most hated banned cards. I mean, granted, he did come back and say he was wrong. He was wrong about the card. But I think I'm going to go about both cards in extensive detail. I'm going to talk a little bit, rather than saying, oh, I want these cards banned, I'm talking the pros and cons of both cards. Now, as far as Lavalval Chain, it is banned for good reason. I don't deny that. It is one of the most flexible Exceed monsters ever to exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Not only is it a foolish burial, but it also allows you to stack a card on top of your deck. And that really is what the crux of the issue was with Lavalval Chain. Basically, we have so many draw cards in today's day and age of Yu-Gi-Oh! That effectively, Lavalval Chain allows you to search almost any monster from your deck. Not to mention, it can also send, not only can it also send monsters, it can send spells and trap cards. And we have so many spells like Toy Vendor, spells and traps like Blaze Excel Reload. There are traps and spells like this that you can benefit off of sending to the graveyard. Another great example is, of course, Burning Abyss or getting Beatrice. Beatrice can actually send Fire Lake and detach Dante and add it back. But that kind of comes to the crux of this matter. The pros about Lavalval Chain, though, are definitely that it really opens up a lot of creative concepts, and that it's a really just creative combo card. But the fact is, it was one of those cards that really didn't become relevant until the Jin lock. I still stand by the fact that the pros of having Lavalval Chain off the ban list and placed firmly at 1 are not that big of a deal, because I understand. And then the cons are there are a lot of loops the card involves, but at the same time, a lot of these loops are kind of like irrelevant to me. But at the same time, like I stated, the cons of Lavalval Chain are that it has both effects. The fact it can send spells and traps as well as monsters, and the fact that you can effectively search any monster from your deck. But I also think that now, at least if you look at Draco Pals, the card is incredibly slow. I know that sounds crazy, but I can't really see Draco Pals even making Lavalval Chain when they would much be better off making Ignister, making Dynaster, etc. I can't, especially with Plush Fire and Damage Juggler banned, I really don't see why like it's that's much of a problem anymore. But that being said, I understand why it's banned. But I think with the introduction of Beatrice now, and the fact that Beatrice is a rank 6, rank 6s aren't as accessible as rank 4s, the fact is, she's basically better than Lavalval Chain. She's during either player's turn, which people forget that about Beatrice. She's basically a faster version of Lavalval Chain. So I feel like, overall, I think the pros of having Lavalval Chain at 1 are better than the cons. Now, it is involved in a lot of supposed FTKs, but like I stated, they are not that relevant. They are not very consistent. The next thing I want to talk about is obviously Evil Swarm Exciton Knight banned on the November 2015 ban list. Exciton was kind of an odd hit, but understandable because Konami wants to push pendulums, and Exciton is often, if a pendulum player sets up their board, Exciton's going to come down and nuke their field. Now the thing about Exciton Knight, I think that the pros about Exciton Knight are kind of the cons. It's a double-edged sword. A lot of players can get behind and then let Exciton be their get out of jail free card to an extent. I definitely think that's one of the cons of the card, is it does sometimes reward bad players, but at the same time I think that is kind of understated. The pros of Exciton are that when you make an Exciton Knight going second, it can really punish players for overextending going first. And that's honestly, it is a format of overextending, at least if you look at Draco Pals. I feel like the funny thing about people who say Exciton is broken is they also want Heavy Storm back, but Exciton is too broken. The thing is, Black Rose Dragon is a card. Now, I understand that Black Rose Dragon requires a tuner, but the fact is, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and Emergency Teleport are cards, and that can basically fit into any level 4 deck. So effectively, if you have Emergency Teleport, any level 4 in hand, you can make Black Rose just as easily, almost, as you can Exciton. Not quite as easily, but nevertheless, I think the pros, in summary, I think the pros of Exciton is that it punishes bad players when they overextend, particularly on back row, without protection. The cons are, it can reward players for paying badly, but at the same time, that con is also not that big of a deal, to me at least, because I feel like at that point, if you're making Exciton, you are in such a losing position that it is not that relevant. So anyway, guys, as always, I thank you guys for watching my video today. Really appreciate it when you guys watch my videos. Tune on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. And if you like what you saw from this video, please subscribe. It's Warstar, signing out.